Hello, my name is Colo. Welcome back to another Spice and Wolf episode review. Okay, let's begin. Episode 5. We start the episode off where the end credit scene played with Holo meeting this mysterious person. And I kind of want to comment on the vocal performance here. Let's listen to it real quick. That right there, I really liked the way she was breathing. It really sold the scene. I like that there's also no music right there. It really makes the scene feel very unique. And I think this scene isn't played at the beginning of the original episode 5, so this is technically new. But then we get to the opening and we get to the episode. Now Marl Height and Lawrence start talking about this whole situation and how Lawrence is trying to get Holo out of where she is right now. And Lawrence starts to think about the significance of the coins and how the king might come into play with this. So Marl Height wants to finish the deal as quickly as he can, so the Medio company doesn't have time to get the coin they need to trade or speak with the king. But he'll need 2 days to get all that coin to negotiate with the king. So the Medio company doesn't have a chance to. And the Medio company is holding Holo because they don't have the coin they need right now. So Lawrence would have to get Holo and be on the run for maybe 2 days, he said. So that's what we're going to be going with. So Marl Height sets everything up and Lawrence gets in the cart. They get all the way to the sewers. And I noticed that these sewers in the remake, they're a lot more narrow than in the original, which I like. You can tell from right here that there isn't that much space in here. Then Lawrence gets to the spot where he needs to pick up Holo. Now there's this small change right here in the remake. This isn't as suspenseful, but in the original, suspenseful music plays and for maybe 10 or 15 seconds nobody shows up, but here it's maybe like 5 or 6 seconds, so that was a little small thing. And then we finally get to see Holo again, but she's not like herself. You see, her face is very expressionless here, kinda dejected, I'd say. And this little face she gives Lawrence is a little hint to what she feels right now. But we'll see that later. And then after that, we see Yade with a new, nice little fit he's got. And some people come to pick him up. And then they get to walking back to the meetup spot. And you can tell by how Holo's walking, she's really not herself. She looks over here too. Just a few minor things I noticed. Then they get up to the cart and they start moving. Then once they're settled, they start talking. And Holo gets angry because of what she just experienced. And because Lawrence took longer than she wanted him to take. But they make up pretty quickly. But then Holo talks about why she's been a little sad. And you can see this by the way her eyes are wavering. And that would be because of Yade and his appearance here. She was happy at first that Yade recognized her, but then he says that they don't need her anymore and that they're gonna say goodbye to that old era. But then Lawrence gives a different approach to this. Now that they're not sorry to see her go, she's able to finally be free. Then we have one of Lawrence's best lines: "We don't laugh until the money comes in, and we don't cry until we've gone bankrupt." Him being a merchant and all makes sense for him. I guess they're both technically merchants at this point, and now that Holo feels much better after this little talk, she talks about her emotions and how that even if Lawrence wasn't here, she'd still be acting the same, and that she doesn't want him to get the wrong idea. Now, I can't really say I believe her wholeheartedly on this, but I don't think she's lying completely. But then they reach a stopping point, and then a conversation about Holo and her defining features, especially her ears, comes up. And then she does this little dance, which is extremely cute. It's added, of course, and I really like it. Honestly, I don't know why they added that, but I'm very glad they did. But then they get back into the sewers. You see how cramped it is. And they start walking, and Holo teases him a little bit. And then you have this little end scene with Yare looking for both Lawrence and Holo. And then that's where the episode ends. Now, honestly, so far, just because of this little dance they gave Holo, this might be my favorite episode. I really like the music at this part, and when Lawrence and Marlhite are speaking. I think every episode I've complimented the music. It's just so good. Now, next episode, I'm kind of excited to see one thing. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I wonder how it's going to look. But I think I'm going to end today's review here. Tune in next week to see what happens next.